Hi, I'm Rob Kay with Northland's Professional Services team. In this Tech Talk, we're going to talk about credentials, try to uncover some of the mysteries and define some of the terminologies and technologies to help you make better decisions on the technologies that are correct for your company. A credential is a way for a user to identify themselves to an access control system. Most commonly today, this is done with a plastic badge containing a unique ID which may be made up of several facets such as card number or facility code. In the 80s, the most common form of credential was a mag stripe. When the industry moved on, the first contactless technology was PROX. PROX operates in the 125 kHz range and can wirelessly transmit data from an access control card to an access control reader. However, PROX does have limitations due to its age. The first and most obvious limitation of PROX is that it is an unsecure technology. The information that can be transmitted is limited to a single binary string. In the early 2000s, smart card technologies were introduced into the security space. These came primarily in two flavors, HID iClass and the MyFair Classic as utilized on an NXP chip. iClass is a proprietary protocol owned by HID. iClass, DesFire and all smart chip technologies operate on the 13.56 MHz range and introduced a layer of security to the credential. The iClass credential has symmetric keys encrypted at 128-bit AES. This also increased the application space available, although in a limited fashion, which often allowed for a single additional application space, most commonly used to hold biometric data, cashless vending, or another application for third parties, such as follow me printing. For those that wanted a more open platform, MyFair Classic offered some advantages. With the MyFair Classic platform, it also operated symmetric keys at 128-bit AES encryption. The difference here is a user could own and manage their own keys. This is not a proprietary protocol owned by any company and put the power back in the user's hands. Both iClass and MyFair Classic have been compromised and can no longer be considered secure technologies. The latest evolution in credentials is DesFire, Eveyone and EV2, and HID's CS platform. The CS platform, whilst often confused with iClass, doesn't actually use the iClass protocol. CS, with the introduction of SE, introduced the SIO, or the Secure Integration Object. This uses an algorithm to tie the credential to the unique identifier or serial number of the card, preventing cloning attacks, even if the keys are hacked. CS operates from a microprocessor-based chip. However, it is important to note any application hosted on a CS card has to be compatible with the CS protocol. To date, HID CS has not been compromised and can still be considered a secure technology. One of the risks with CS is the manufacturer-controlled keys. If CS is ever compromised, all of the CS readers and credentials in production today would have to be considered unsecure. The latest versions available in the MyFair space are that of EV1 and EV2. EV1 operates off 128-bit AES encryption with a single read-write key and an application master key. EV2 introduces 256-bit AES encryption. EV2 has also not currently been compromised and can be considered a secure technology. In the event that EV2 is compromised, user-owned and controlled keys allow users to be much more agile without the requirement for manufacturer input. With the DesFire range of technologies, it is possible to use their key rolling feature. Up to 8 keys can be loaded, meaning if a key is compromised, users can roll to the next available key, keeping their infrastructure secure. DesFire EV1 and EV2 also operate on microprocessor chips. The last credential technology I'd like to speak to you about today is PIV or Civ class credentials. PIV and Civ technologies are based on the DesFire platform, but introduce the use of certificates to achieve an asymmetric encryption. The benefit of an asymmetric encryption means if one key is compromised, it's only compromised for that single credential and not for the entire user base. Typically, PIV is seen in use in the government space and Civ more so in the user space. PIV has very strict credentials around the certificate authorities that are used and trusted, whereas Civ allows users to create their own certificate authorities and manage them themselves. The root certificate authority must be kept secure. This is commonly achieved by storing it on a hard drive, locked in a safe, without any access to the internet. I hope this has helped you to understand some of the different credential options that are available on the market today. If you have any further questions, please add them in the comments below, and if you'd like to stay in touch with Northland Controls, please ensure you follow us on LinkedIn. Thank you.